The NLAW and Javelin anti-tank missile systems became an important weapon for the Ukrainian defense forces against Russian armored vehicles, especially enemy tanks. Ukrainian armed forces destroy Russian tanks with accurate shots from Western ATGMs. These ATGMs remain an effective way to scrap tanks and other weapons of the racists. The soldiers from the 3rd Company of the Anti-Tank Battalion of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine demonstrate accurate shots from these weapons. The brigade's fighters hit a Russian T-80 tank with shots from 2 anti-tank missile systems in a RAW, NLAW, and Javelin. The tank crew and the BMP were at a serious disadvantage against a well-deployed force with the FGM-148 Javelin. The missile has a range of 4 kilometers, so it can destroy them at long distances, and on top of that, it is self-guided, so the shooter locks on the target, and after firing, he is no longer concerned with the missile, because he looks for the victim himself, which he does very well. He uses the thermal signature of the target for this. The shooter, on the other hand, can reposition immediately afterward, or load fresh rounds into the launcher, and in no time he is ready to destroy his next target. Footage showed they had destroyed at least 1 tank and 1 infantry fighting vehicle, but drone footage showed more of them being destroyed. It's unclear what type, only flames and explosions were visible. Javelins are especially lethal against armored vehicles, as they usually rise to a height of about 150 meters when fired, and then attack the vehicle from above. It is there that tanks and armored vehicles have the weakest armor, so a cumulative warhead in most cases will penetrate and destroy this armor. However, he can also attack in a classic straight.
Yeah!
As noted, the Russian T-80 was destroyed on the outskirts of Bakhmut, where heavy fighting with the Russian occupation forces is currently underway. Dramatic video shows Ukrainian soldiers striking Russian targets from a great distance. This video, posted by Operational News of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, appears to show the target on fire. The combat situation on all sides remained tense, while Ukrainian troops continued to adhere to a constant tactic of small attacks. Despite the difficulties that the Russian fighters faced, this creeping aggression brought many successes, and in general, the line of contact remained unchanged. This was when the Ukrainian infantry team was in the battle for Zaporizhia. In this tactical situation, it was not possible to take the Russian position that was being overrun, so the Ukrainians withdrew from the forward position in the BTR-80 armored personnel carrier. At the same time, the weapons in the vehicles provide temporary fire support to the team. The FGM Javelins continue to do their job flawlessly. The Ukrainian troops stopped the Russian tanks with the help of the NLAW when smoke cleared all the armored vehicles at the forefront of the battle. The Ukrainians directed the ATGM with Javelin missiles, burning the armor in which the ammunition lay. A powerful explosion tore the tank into thousands of small pieces. Soldiers of Azov in the Bakhmut area saw the Russian T-80 tank, a Javelin missile aimed at the tank. The precision hit rendered the tank incapacitated, in flames, and completely burnt. In some cases, the Javelin or NLAW hit did not detonate the tank immediately, but caused an internal fire, and the ammunition then heated up and exploded. But this is how the Russian T-72 was recently destroyed by an ATGM. We can see a high bright pillar of fire. This is the burning gunpowder contained in the sleeve. The Russians tried to protect their tanks by welding these structures to them, but to no avail. FVP drone enters engine compartment and turns on the tank. Fires when the fire reaches electronics or tank ammunition destroyed. Good headshot on other tanks. Drone dives even if the tank is not destroyed. Optical guidance system and defense must be damaged. The FVP drone is seen hitting the tank. Russian troops try to save it, but they are unsuccessful, with both the tank traveling a short distance and the crew abandoning the stricken vehicle in a hurry and fleeing. This Russian tank is seen being destroyed by a kamikaze drone, which flies straight into the open hatch and explodes inside. The tank is destroyed, and this is the precise work of Ukrainian FVP drones, artillery, and ATGMs on a Russian tank. The tank's crew fled, leaving the vehicle immobilized, behind which several grenades were dropped into the open hatch, and the tank was destroyed. The Russians thought this structure would protect them well from FVP drones, but they were wrong. This precise strike took out the armored personnel carrier, and in this situation, the bars did not save the armored vehicle from the drone, and this is the Russian BMP-2. A few precise grenade throws from a drone destroyed an expensive Russian armored personnel carrier. Ukrainian drones returned to the front lines of the battle, and a series of accurate grenade throws left no chance and turned the equipment into trash. These were the results observed, with the armored personnel carrier being well destroyed. Well done. Russian camouflage didn't work in this situation. Ukrainian troops detected Russian soldiers and launched FVP drones, and vehicles were destroyed. That's how Ukrainian troops pumped up Russian armored vehicles. The Stugner ATGMs have inflicted serious damage on the Russian army. First, the Ukrainian troops fired a missile at a Russian vehicle carrying ammunition and destroyed it. Moments later, Ukrainian forces locate the MTLB and use another missile to send this Russian junk ship straight to hell. This is how a Bradley-based TOW ATGM destroyed a Russian armored personnel carrier with a precise hit. Well done. A large number of Russian vehicles were destroyed. Hundreds or more of the Soviet-designed main battle tanks have fallen victim to the American man-portable ATGMs since the Kremlin launched its unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. In a newly posted video, a modified T-72A equipped with a KMT-6 mine plow was seen taking a direct hit from the javelin. At the end of the nearly 30-second clip, the Russian MBT was seen burning. The US FGM-148 Javelin has proved to be a serious game-changer in Ukraine, where it has been employed successfully against a variety of Russian MBTs, including the most modern T-72M and even T-90M models. While a variety of anti-tank weapons have been employed by the Ukrainian military to great effect, the Javelin has been among the most successful. This is due to its ability to destroy Russian tanks from range, without exposing the operator to counterfire. It has an effective range of about 1.5 miles, and as it is a passive weapon, tank crews largely can't even detect a javelin in the area until it's fired.